Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to have you in as always, and back out here in Gaylesville. And Coach, you guys took on Verbena last week. Tough fought game. I know you guys are battling injuries like crazy, but your guys gutted it out. Ended up losing 14-6, but I guarantee you the effort was still there, and it was a heck of a war. Take us back to last Friday night.
Well, we definitely didn't lose because of lack of effort. Kids played really hard. It was a good defensive ball game. It was 0-0 at halftime. After halftime,
that's right up your alley, isn't it?
It is right up my alley. I love it. Playing in a phone booth, I'm for it. You know, coming out of halftime, kudos to Verbena because their strength was their offensive line. They were massive up front. They were strong. And, you know, after halftime, we're only rotating 2 defensive linemen in as subs. So, I mean, we got tired, and they just leaned up on us enough, and they were able to punch 2 in. But we were able to respond. Aiden Heinrich had a 29-yard touchdown. So it was a really good game. But, you know, Verbena's really good. I think that made them 5-1, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4-1. I can't remember correctly. But, you know, they're a really good football team, and they're strong up front.
Yeah, they've been winning some games this year. I knew that was. I mean, I could tell by the score. I bet they're over there fighting their guts out.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got kids through the injuries, through guys not wanting to play this year, whatever the case may be, the numbers may be small, but when you see guys pouring it out there on the field, how proud does that make y'all as a staff?
It was really good, especially coming off of the last time we played was Appalachian, and Appalachian they're a really good football team. But I really questioned our effort on the defensive side of the ball. There were some plays where it felt like, yes, they were really good, but maybe we took a play off. And so we kind of challenged them for 2 weeks on that. Is that what you're going to be like? Well, you know, they came out Friday night and they played their guts out, and that was really good to see.
When you play a team like App, it's maybe his best team that Neil's had there since he's been there. I think it is. And they're rolling, and you guys have guys go down to injuries, stuff like that. You get beat in a game like that, how hard is it to come back in, turn the film on, get the guys back dialed in? You don't have the carrot dangling of a game that week, so we got another week we got to prepare. How hard is that? It can't be easy as a staff.
It was difficult. I'll give our kids credit. In the past, I felt like we've had teams here where that would affect every game from here on out when you get beat like that. But with this team, they came back and we licked our wounds at our off week, and then we started preparing for Verbena. But as we got ready, got closer to Verbena, you could see it shift in their eyes. I mean, they were ready to go. They were ready to play. So it's difficult because you get beat like that. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and you really have a choice when that happens. Are you going to let that affect you for the rest of the year, or are you going to turn the page and move on? And this team has done a really good job of turning the page and moving on.
That's good. This week you got another team. Record don't show how good this team is.
Correct.
Hyder is much improved. Anybody that's watched them play, I mean, you can see it in your eye. Now their record's better than it was last year. I'm going to tell you that, but they're better than their record, I think.
I agree 100%.
But what have you seen from them on film?
Hyder, they're coached really well, and they play really hard. I told our kids yesterday, when I watch them on film, I see a team that is tired of losing, and they are hungry for success, and they play like it.
Yeah.
They've got pieces everywhere now, you know, and they're really well coached, and they play so hard. The offense that they're running fits them. You know, they're under center, double wing, they're running the triple option, and it fits them. They look good doing it. So we definitely have our work cut out for us this week to make sure that we play assignment football, we do what Gaylesville does, and try to control the ball.
Coach, when you play teams from that area of the state, it'd be Fife at Pisgah, Sylvania, Geraldine, the list just goes on and on. You get the same type kid. They're tough, hard-nosed. Let's call it what it is, like good old country boys, but they're hard to beat those guys. Talk about that area of the state and the type player it produces.
So, you know, you see the 2 teams that we play from that area is Valley Head and Hyder. We've played Collinsville in the past, and I include them in that too. They've got really hard-working kids, and they've got kids that just, they're going to line up, and in their mind, they're thinking, you're not better than me. You know, I'm going to impose my will on you. And it's hard when you go against teams like that because that's their MO. That's what they're trying to do. And Hyder definitely is fitting that mold this year. You know, they're really good up front. Number 71 is their best offensive lineman, and he is really good at what he does. And they just kind of let him loose, and they let him down block, and they let him block the man in front of him, and he manhandled him. You know, and so it's good to see that style of football coming back. But it is it's a tough thing to prepare for. for their offense to get that kind of look. But it's really good for our kids because I like to think that our kids have that mentality too. And I really enjoy getting to play teams with that same mentality.
Talk about the triple, how difficult it is. And you see it in college football all the time. Team be favored 28 points. They'll go play a team that runs a triple option, and they're in a dogfight in the fourth quarter just to get out of there with the skin of their teeth. Yeah. It's extremely difficult to stop what you're doing. Yeah, you got some guys that run, different versions of, in this, you call it double wing, whatever you want to call it, the eagle. You got guys that run the eagle. You got guys that runs versions of the veer. Yeah. The triple's a whole different animal all by itself. Talk about that and how hard it is to stop normal classification that we know of. Yeah. Put in assignment football defensively to stop this. It's not easy.
No, it's not. It is really complicated. And so, what makes the triple option so good is when you stop the fullback and then you stop the quarterback, well, here comes the pitch. Yeah. The pitch is usually the backbreaker. And, for us, we're going to have to trust our reads. Even if our reads means that we're going to step down and try to tackle the fullback and they're trying to pitch it, don't worry about the pitch, trust your read. And so, that's the biggest thing is assignment football when you play them. If you can be disciplined for all 4 quarters, then you have a chance to stop the triple option. But the first time that you mess up, there's that opportunity where they burn you. And Eider has done a really good job of doing that to people. The first drive, they might play assignment football, and then the next drive, somebody messes up, they don't do what they're supposed to do, and Eider burns them. And so I commend them for sticking with it, because they stick with it for all 4 quarters.
It's deadly if it's ran correctly.
It is. It really is.
Because all it takes is that one. And look, a lot of times what you're talking about is coaching, because they'll see somebody in the booth and say, hey, last series, this dude lined up in this gap. If we can just kick down on him and we can get behind him, he's gone.
Right.
So yeah, I think coaching plays into that for sure, especially when you're running the triple. Another thing that the triple does, a lot of people don't realize this, is it keeps your offense on the sidelines watching, which is the best defense they could possibly have. Yeah. Talk about how important first down is and getting them in second and third and long.
So I'm glad that you brought that up. That's actually kind of what our challenge has been this week on my end is, against Verbena, we would give up 6 or 7 yards on first down. Well, then on second down, we would stop them at the line of scrimmage. Third down, we might give up a yard, and so we're in 4th and 2. Well, 4th and 2, 1A, the state of Alabama, you're not punting the ball.
No, you're going.
And they go for it. Well, then if they get 3, which was what was happening Friday. So that was my thing. That's been my coaching point up this far. We've got to win first down 100%. Like we've won 3rd and 4th down. So
100%.
If we can get a team like that to 2nd and 8, well, now they're playing in our wheelhouse rather than 2nd and 4, and we're playing in their wheelhouse.
That's right. Because if you get in that 1 to 2 yard range in 1A football, no matter where you're out on the field, minus maybe inside their own 20,
they're going.
They're going.
Right.
Especially a team that runs downhill. Mm-hmm. You might as well get ready for it. Well, Coach, before we shut it down, just final thoughts. Could be anything you'd like to talk about.
I'm just, like always, I'm thankful for you and what you guys do.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, and I'm always excited, for Friday nights. It's such a great thing Friday nights are, and I'm always thankful that God has led me down this path to be able to do this. So.
Oh, yeah. Actually, man, it's the place to be, man, leading these young men, especially, I just talked about it at Cedar Bluff. They're down to 10 guys at practice yesterday, so I know it's rival years, but you understand where I'm going with this. The guys that remain and won't put in the work, they're going to get something out of it. You know what I mean? Big time. And I agree, you guys too. Y'all guys look like a Vietnam triage unit over here.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.